Well, Cowboy Jim, just one more kick at the cat here, I think. And this actually is Christmas Eve. I love Christmas Eve. When we were children, we used to open 99% of our gifts as a family Christmas Eve. And of course, we as children didn't realize that the parents had that planned because they then could sleep in because there were no gifts left under the tree. And so they were pretty smart. Now, I I want to thank you. You've given me a platform. I've run with it in 14 different directions. Some good, some not good. Some videos I deleted. I mean, whoa, they needed to be deleted. Others I've recommended um, because they were meritorious. And on the tail end of my old Dodge Cummins, I have written Cowboy Jim, YouTube, My Son's Miracle. I don't claim things to be a miracle unless they actually all were. I don't take credit for miracles either because it has nothing to do with you or I or me. Not sure which one is right. I'm gonna go for me. Um, there's a there are several videos that I would that you were to watch. One is called My Lost Son, and that was my 7 year old that got lost out in the mountains. Grizzly, mountain lion, cougar country. And that little 7 year old was going seemingly to me a few hours, but I could be mistaken. As a parent looking for your child, um, maybe an hour feels like six. I'm pretty sure it does. Um, Other videos that I hold as being important, uh, quicksand. There's a story about my eldest boy and he managed to get his horse accidentally in some quicksand west of Slave Lake in northern Alberta. My horse, on the other hand, his name was Big Jerry. And Big Jerry, because I'd been talking quite a while, and Jerry had been standing in the cold river, and my son was still sitting on his horse, but the saddle was level with quicksand, and the horse wasn't sinking anymore. And the horse was quite content to just stand there. And Big Jerry, he walked over, and humility is a hard fought thing, especially when you're not looking for it. Okay? And Big Jerry, he got real close to my son, who was sitting on a horse called Judan. Judan was later shot by a guy down at our little acreage at the Olds overpass. And I did everything in my power to get that person who had shot that horse to come take a run at me. Couldn't do it. Tried. Boy, couldn't do it. And there's a scripture. It says, "Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord." And I'm kind of glad it is because I don't have to try to exact right and wrong from other people because God will take care of that. So I just have watched two or three videos of my grandson, Cole Martin. The one is called Why. It's a song he wrote when he was 18. His heart had been broken, and he wrote that song. And another one, it is called Thunder, and he wrote that when he was 22. And Cole Martin is an amazing character kid who's built like I was when I was his age and like his dad. Oh my, we were big, not tall, big. And and I encourage you strongly. to look up Cole Martin. One song, Why. The other song, Thunder. Um, this is an interesting side note that I'm just going to throw in here. Back in about 0678, um, there was a, a preacher in Okotoks on a Sunday evening at a particular church. He had rent the church, and he would sing, and then he would preach. His name, George Canyon, and I would always rip into church by myself, of course, in my little red Corvette, and I would go in, and George, he was always busy talking to someone, and so I wouldn't bother him at all. I would just go in. I would sit down two or three rows from the back, and George Canyon, that country music singer from High River area, he'd sing for half an hour, and people had no idea. I mean, people knew who he was, and we so appreciated his music. It was so from the heart. But then he would start preaching, and he preached from the heart. Um, that's what I do. I don't preach, but what I do is from the heart. And I would listen to him, and he was a great preacher. I mean, I'd just sit there, tears would just roll down my cheeks, and when he was all done, uh, I'd probably be the first one out the back door. And I told my grandson about him. And one night, my grandson caught up to him at the Calgary airport. My grandson went over to him and said, introduced himself. And George Canyon, he's a believer. He's very successful as a country music singer. And my grandson said, Mr. Canyon, my grandpa used to go to your church and listen to you preach. And George said, but I don't remember him. My grandson said, well, he was an old cowboy with long hair and a beard. And George says, oh, I know. I never spoke to him. He said, but I know he listened intently. And so I don't know if George Canyon had ever watched this, but I'll tell you, I hope he does. Because my grandson, Cole Martin, uh, the two songs, Thunder and Why, they're good. And, and so uh, I want to encourage you to build you up. That's why I work, is to build people up and say, look, things may not be going as well today as you would like. Shoot, you might be waking up uh, by yourself tomorrow morning, Christmas morning. I will by myself, but I won't be by myself because my God, my Creator, His Son Jesus Christ, um, they won't be far from where I'm pouring my first coffee, and they love me, and they love you, and so this. God bless you. You watch some of my videos. Uh, Pretty good one. It's called My Heifers, and tribute to Charlie Heifers. Let me tell you, oh my. God bless. Merry Christmas. Don't you be depressed about anything. Okay. Alberta, the sun comes up in the morning. You make the best of what you have to work with, and no one will condemn you ever. Okay. God bless you. Thank you.